All right, so now problem number 5 from the textbook basically wants us to find or evaluate the derivative of a function. So we're given y is equal to arcsine or sine inverse of 3 over t squared. All right. So that means if we're going to do, we could treat this like this. Y is equal to arcsine of u. So then if we want to find y prime, then y prime is going to be, who remembers the formula for sine?
1 over square root of 1 minus u squared.
So say that again, it's 1
Over 1 minus u squared.
u squared
Square root.
du dx. We got to tack on that du.
Square root all the bottom. Yeah, square root.
Is this square 2 though?
Yeah.
What's funny is I have it written down right in front of me. Yeah.
Everybody's
So that's like that, right? Did I write it down right? Okay. Now Mr. Adams knows what it is, but I want to make sure that you guys are looking and paying attention. But here's what's going to mess us up every time is we got to remember to tack on the derivative. So what's u? U is 3t squared, but Mr. Adams will make it easier for himself and say 3t to the negative 2. So then when I go du, and it's dt, not dx. So I suppose if I want to be all fancy for them all, I got to do du dt. So du dt then is equal to negative 6t to the negative 3. Is that right? So y prime then would be 1 over the square root of 1 minus 3t squared squared times the quantity negative 6t to the negative 3. So then y prime is equal to 1 over the square root of 1 minus 9 over t to the 4th times negative 6t to the 3rd. Now what I could do is toss that negative sign to the front, change that to a 6, and then this t to the negative 3 could be tossed down here on the bottom. So if I wanted to clean it up and look nice and fancy, I could say t to the 3 over 1 minus 9 t to the 4th.
Can we go for y du over dt equals negative 6t to the negative 3?
It's just the power rule. So like the question is how is this the derivative of this? So if u is equal to 3 over t squared, I could rewrite that as 3 times t raised to the negative 2. And I do that because it's so much easier to just use the power rule. So then by using the power rule, I'm simply going to take this negative 2 and multiply it by 3. That's how I get the negative 6. And then I'm going to come in here because the power rule says that's the first part, and then you subtract 1 from here. So negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3.
So this is all just the power rule?
Just the power rule.
Okay, thank you.
So a lot of times what we do in calculus is we'll have like, now I could have used the quotient rule and I would have gotten the same thing. It's just quicker this way. So in calculus what we like to do is we like to try to take something like this and manipulate it into something that's a little easier to work with. And then we'll get our answer. Now the only thing I didn't do was verify and make sure that that's the right answer. And, oh, okay. So I could clean this up a little bit more. Okay? So one way that I could, this is the right answer, but I could clean it up a little bit more. What I could do, and this is what the textbook does, and this might be why you were asking a bunch of questions. If I have y prime is equal to negative 6 t to the 3rd, right, all over the square root of 1 minus 9 over t to the 4th. Maybe, just maybe, I could pull this t to the 4th out. Well, how would I pull that out of the square root?
Because of the 4 square the.
Well, let me show you. Okay, you can. So I've got -6 here, t to the 3rd here. Now I could rewrite this as t to the 4th over t to the 4th, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Minus 9 over t to the 4th. Now what that allows me to do is that allows me to say the square root of 1 over t to the 4th times the quantity t to the 4th minus 9 all over 1.
Wait.
Just take a second and process that. If I multiply this through here, I'll get this.
Okay.
Do you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now in the next line what I could do I've got t to the 3rd square root t to the 4th under 1. This is a 1 right here. T to the 4th minus 9.
And then you can take the square root of the 1 over t to the 4th.
Yeah, which would be, when I pull that out, I got t to the 3rd times 1 over t squared t to the 4th minus 9.
And then, because it's on the bottom, you subtract the 2 from the 3.
Yeah, so then your final, and this is the answer they had in the back of the book, was -6 t square root t to the 4th minus 9. Does that make sense?
Yay!
Does that make sense?
Yeah.